What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ryan Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. We have reached the weekend, everybody.
It's Memorial Day weekend, baby.
It is Memorial Day weekend. How we doing, Fran?
I'm doing well. I love Memorial Day weekend, but I'm traveling. I'm going to visit my brother, which I don't think I've said.
No, you haven't.
On this show. So, my little brother's in school in Milan, and he's
Fancy.
there. Yeah, fancy. And he's there for a year. It's a 1-year program, and I haven't seen him since January. So I'm going with one of my friends, and I'm very excited. Just going for the weekend. Come back Tuesday, and I'm pumped. I've never really spent any time in Milan, so I can't wait to actually be there for a few days.
I'm pumped for you. I'd like
you.
it on record that you did invite me.
Yes.
Just in case people think that you didn't invite me. You did.
Yes, I did invite you.
You did.
That is correct. You were my first invite.
I was.
Yep.
You've never been to Italy, right?
No, and I've never been to Italy.
Yeah.
And so, and this is of course, if I experience Italy, I want Fran to be there for the first time. But I feel like I need a whole week and a half. First of all, expensive.
Yeah.
Second, I didn't want my first time in Italy.
It's hard to do.
Just like a quick trip.
Yeah.
Because then I would be like, oh, I've been to Italy, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't get to see
I feel like it depends where you go. I went to Rome for a day or two, and that's all you need for Rome. I feel like.
No, but for sure.
Yeah.
But we're going.
I know.
Obviously you can go do other things. We're gonna be in Milan, but we're going for a day trip somewhere on Saturday and doing other things. But yeah, no. When you go for the first time, you should go for 2 weeks.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I talked about it with my parents, and they were like, that's a quick trip to Italy, and you know how you are on flights. I was like, you're so right.
Yeah.
I was like, if I just quick, but I'm excited for you.
And realistically, it is a long flight, but it's only a little bit longer than California.
It's really not.
It's
I know, but you know how itchy I get.
Well, yeah, no,
and also
that's
I think
correct.
the thing is the time difference would really throw you off because that's what's really different.
Oh well, yeah. It's you got to fight through it, which is why I take the red eye there. So sleep on the plane. You have to sleep on the plane. If you don't sleep on the plane, you're fucked. So so when you land at 9 a.m., you have to make it through the whole. You got to push yourself to make it through the whole day. And then go to bed at 10 o'clock.
What is it right now? 5 or 6? Because of the
6.
6. Sometimes it's 5 with the daylight savings. But
Yeah, 6.
Well, I'm excited for you. It's
I'm
gonna
excited.
be beautiful. How excited are you? You're going to Italy.
I'm very excited.
That's very cool.
I'm so excited.
It just hit me wow.
You know what?
Another country.
Yeah. You know what? It's also really exciting. You know what today is? Thursday, May 26th.
It's my grandpa's birthday.
Oh, it is. No.
Baba.
Baba.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Baba.
Yep. Happy birthday.
It is also my 5-year anniversary.
You and Joe?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Congratulations.
Thanks.
Mazel tov.
Thanks. He's
I've never said that in my life.
I know he's not coming with. I framed that.
Yeah.
I framed that to a few people. Kelly Martin who's being one of them. Of just I'm going to Italy. It's also my 5-year anniversary. And then they were like, oh my God, is Joe going? I'm like, no.
People are like, is he going to propose?
Yeah, no.
No.
But 5 years.
That's
wild.
a long time.
I know.
Congratulations, you
5
crazy
years ago.
kids.
Yep.
Damn,
I know.
almost our
Down the
5-year
shore.
anniversary, guys.
Yeah.
It is. I know.
Soon enough.
It's crazy.
Little babies.
Oh God.
No, I'm begging my sister to have a child.
Yeah.
Begging. Absolutely begging. Not to take the shine off you
No,
and Joe.
no,
I'm very
no.
happy for you guys.
Thank you.
But my sister is married.
Yeah.
And she's been married for gonna be 2 years now. And I and my cousin, my first cousin, just had a child. And so I see the way my other cousin gets to, it's oh, she's the godmother, she's an aunt, whatever. And I'm so jealous. And I'm like, can you just please have a fucking baby? What do we got to do? And as a family the other day, we were talking and I said...
Well, I know your parents want it.
Yes. And I said, all of our cousins, our family members have all these cute kids and I'm tired of our family not producing a cute kid. Yeah. When are we going to get in the mix of cute kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's always talking about other people's cute kids. We need to have one here.
Yeah.
So I'm begging my sister, but she's going to Italy in June. So fingers crossed, things get romantic.
I was going to say, things get a little crazy, as they should.
Fingers crossed.
I'm pretty sure that's... pretty sure that's where Gia was conceived.
You were like, should I say this or should I not say it?
It is romantic.
Wait, you were
not
on
me.
the trip?
And
No.
Fran's parents
I was home.
conceived her around Christmas time, which is why her middle name is Noelle.
Yeah. But that was in 1993.
Don't ask me why I know any of this about Fran's parents.
I don't know.
By the way, did you go to get that facial this week?
I did.
Your skin looks great.
Thank you.
I've been looking at it.
I was waiting to see if you would say
No,
something.
I noticed. It really does look good.
Thank you. It was much needed. Yeah.
I didn't want to say like, wow, like it's really
No,
like
it definitely
it really
helped.
made it a big impact.
Yes,
like
it
it looks
did.
really good.
Because when I told her that I haven't gotten a facial in over a year,
Yeah.
like I killed somebody. Like she was.
I mean, that is how they have to respond because
Yeah.
it's like really not that crazy.
No, it's not, because honestly, there people go their whole lives without getting facials. But my skin was such a disaster. Like it really was a disaster.
It
So I'm
needed
feeling
some
great.
R&R after. I think
did.
all the travel.
It needed some TLC.
Yeah. TLC was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
R&R was not what I was looking for.
What's R&R?
What's TLC?
Tender love and care.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the band is named? TLC.
Maybe
The group.
the group.
Rest and recreation. Rest and...
It needed some
I
of that
mean,
as well.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
kind of plays.
Yeah, I had a full spa day actually.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, got my blood flow and my circulation, because I've been having this weird breathing problem. I don't know, whatever. It's besides the point. But
Yeah.
I feel great.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it looks great.
Thank you, Fran. I appreciate that.
I noticed.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I was hoping you would. I got in my car today and I looked in the rear view mirror and I was like, oh, will Fran notice? I was like, she's glowing a tiny bit.
Yeah, I noticed.
Noah, any plans this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to upstate New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
No, at my brother's graduation at Colgate,
Oh.
but he graduated 2 years ago, but it was during the pandemic, so
yeah,
now
they're
it's
going
like,
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot
But
of my friends have that too for their siblings.
yeah, we have like I guess there's like no hotel, so they got like a house,
That's fun.
and my grandparents it's gonna be like very
The grandpa who stole the...
yes, like it's gonna be like they actually don't even know if he's going because he might be so mad.
Your thief.
Yes, my
Your
Vigilante?
your
Yeah.
kleptomaniac grandpa.
no, I don't even know if they're going because the fight still might be lingering. But if they do,
I
I'm
love
sure
that.
it'll be a lot of drama.
That's that pettiness reminds me of my family, which I enjoy. Have I ever
Yeah.
told the corned beef and cabbage story on here?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So
I feel like you might have told him because we got high or something.
I'll
but-
tell it very, very quickly. But a couple years ago on St. Patrick's Day, you know, I'm not Irish at all.
Correct.
Very Italian family. Have never really celebrated St. Patrick's Day. So, but I know people do like the corned beef and cabbage. And my aunt, my mom's sister,
Mm-hmm.
she loves to cook. So she was making corned beef and cabbage. And even though we're not, you could celebrate St. Patrick's Day even if you're not Irish.
Mm-hmm.
They were making corned beef and cabbage, invited my parents over for corned beef and cabbage. My dad said, no, we don't like corned beef and cabbage. And my uncle was like, what the fuck do you mean? You won't come over because you don't want to eat corned beef and cabbage? You can't just come over. You don't have to eat it. And my dad was like, no, I don't like corned beef and cabbage. I don't want to come over. And honestly, pretty ridiculous by my dad.
Yeah.
But then my uncle showed up to my house banging on the door, and we have like the Ring camera, so I just have the vision of him banging on the door still in my head. And he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't want to come over for corned beef and cabbage? And they were screaming at each other about not wanting to eat corned beef and cabbage. We didn't talk for like 6 months. Like my parents did not talk to my aunt and uncle for like a long time over corned beef and cabbage.
Yep.
So it's pettiness happens.
Yeah.
The stolen phone.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's very fitting.
Also so Italian.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna just make a plate of pasta. I'm not gonna come over for corned beef and cabbage.
Like as if he was offended, they would dare ask him to eat
Yeah.
corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, and
I've
by
never
the way-
had corned beef and cabbage.
I was about to say, by the way, corned beef and cabbage, good.
I've never had it.
Oh,
It is
I
good.
love corned beef.
Yeah.
What is
Not
corned
cabbage.
beef and cabbage?
Wait, you
Isn't
know corned
cabbage just a
beef.
lettuce? No, I know corned beef.
Cabbage.
I had
it's
corned
like
beef
a small-
sandwich.
Like you can have
I
like
don't
it's
like
the.
cabbage. You've been to Cat's
Have
Deli,
you had
right?
a corned beef? A
I've-
corned beef
yes.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Yes, I've had a corned beef sandwich.
Corned beef
Okay.
sandwich from
Corned
Cat's
beef,
Deli. Oh.
pastrami,
Yeah,
Isn't that like a Reuben?
The cabbage is literally just like
a Reuben
it's just
sandwich.
lettuce prepared a
Oh, I thought you were
certain
saying
way.
like a Reuben, like Aruba.
No, no, it's a Reuben sandwich. It does not have corned beef
I
on
think
it.
that's.
A Reuben?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I could go for a cat.
Yeah,
Or
corned beef,
pastrami?
Swiss cheese. I fucking love pastrami sandwiches.
Pastrami and mustard, corned beef
Oh,
and mustard.
Yeah.
so
Oh.
good. God, I think I gotta have something like that today. Anyways,
I like a good turkey Reuben.
ooh,
Wait, I bet you. I feel like you probably like Cat's Deli just because the amount of pickles they give you.
So many pickles,
Mhm.
and their
Oh.
pickles are good. They're really good. No, a nice turkey Reuben with the Swiss and the sauerkraut. Oh, the Russian
you
dressing.
guys ever see the movie Chef?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
great
great movie.
Makes you so hungry.
Oh my God, makes you so
I'm
hungry.
actually hungry right now.
so
honestly.
hungry that I went and sought out a
Grilled
Cubano.
cheese? Oh, a
yeah,
Cuban.
Cuban.
A Cubano.
Yeah.
Oh my
Great
God,
sandwich.
so good.
That's one thing that like the movie made me think like, oh, I would love this, and then I just don't love Cuban sandwiches. For some
Really?
reason. Something about it.
A
What's in it?
Cubano.
It's
Like, what's the main meat in it?
ham and Swiss.
I had an amazing one
There's
the other
one
day.
with mustard and pickles.
I think I'm missing
And
something.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
ham
I'm
and
missing a
no,
meat. I'm
ham,
missing a meat.
cheese. Ingredients: ham, cheese, roast pork,
See, that's
Yes,
what I don't
that's
like.
it.
I don't like the pork.
Swiss
ham,
yeah,
pork,
pickles,
Swiss cheese,
and yellow
pickles,
mustard.
Yeah, it's so good.
But the way he like lays the bread.
Oh my God, it's
and his annoying kid.
Especially if you got a nice, good, like long pickle on there.
Mhm.
Ugh.
yeah. I had a great one the other day. Anyways, all right, let's keep going so
Oh,
that we
my
can
mouth
end
is
this and
watering.
eat because I'm
My
fucking
mouth is-
starving.
My mouth is absolutely watering. Okay.
Anyways, everyone, I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day
No episode Monday.
weekend.
Yes.
No
episode. Monday we'll be back Wednesday.
Yes.
And trivia will be back the following Monday.
Yes,
Yes,
guys, don't
we-
worry. Trivia is coming back. Don't worry.
We're doing it.
We didn't forget. We're doing it. All right, let's get into the topics. The Elvis movie premiered at
I'm so fucking excited.
Cannes
Can.
Shit.
I think people say can.
Can.
this past weekend. Kate Moss this week. We
Yeah.
haven't had a weekend.
Isn't it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Kate Moss was on trial for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. She was defending Johnny Depp. We're doing a Q&A about our favorite teen dramas, and we have Dixie D'Amelio joining the podcast, and she was great. So let's get into it, starting off with Elvis. Sometimes you just really don't feel like going to the grocery store. You're feeling lazy. You also don't want to order food anymore. And you just want a healthy option that also tastes good. And that's where Daily Harvest comes into play. We've been talking about Daily Harvest for years, and there's a reason for that because it's as good as advertised. Daily Harvest comes in all different ways. They got the smoothies, the harvest bowls, the flatbreads. My personal favorite thing from Daily Harvest is the flatbreads. You could just heat it up whichever way you prefer. I add a little balsamic vinegar on top and it's good to go. Also, the smoothies are great. Keep them frozen in your freezer. Those are ready within 5 minutes. So Daily Harvest has all different options ready for you for any time of the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, anything, dessert as well. It is ready, delivered straight to your door, and these things can be ready within 5 minutes. It helps us keep our freezer stocked, ready, loaded to go for whenever we are hungry. Daily Harvest is there right for us. So new on the scene in Daily Harvest is their Harvest Bakes. They're ready to bake veggie packed dishes, sizzling with gourmet level flavors that are big enough to share. So you don't have to keep it to yourself. Maybe you live with somebody, roommates, whoever it is. You could share your Daily Harvest with them. Avoid the takeout temptation and get Daily Harvest. Go to dailyharvest.com/chicks to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/chicks for up to $40 off your first box. Once again, dailyharvest.com/chicks. The more I see about this Elvis movie, the more I cannot wait, and the better Austin Butler looks. Every single picture that comes out of this guy.
It's crazy.
Shout out to us. for being on the Austin Butler train years ago.
I've loved Austin Butler
since Carrie Diaries.
Since Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
The fact that people haven't been talking about this guy until now is a travesty.
Yeah, well, I would say he's certainly grown into himself / I think playing Elvis has helped him tremendously.
True, right.
I think
we can't gatekeep Austin Butler. He's playing Elvis now.
He's like, no, but I'm saying I feel like playing Elvis has given him a little bit of Elvis swag to his actual real life persona.
People are saying that he's like, he thinks he's Elvis in real life.
I mean,
now.
he might.
Like the way he's talking and stuff.
He might. That's hard to shake.
That is, if you're playing Elvis for an extended period of time,
Yeah.
and then now all the premieres are coming up, the movie's coming out, you're
promoting
you're
it all
just
the time.
Elvis at
You're
this
getting
point.
a 12-minute standing ovation.
You're literally going to every
The family saying
you're going to every event with Priscilla.
Yeah.
Like, actually with Priscilla.
right, hand in
I
hand.
saw one interview. He has like Elvis's actual guitar. Like he just has it.
You know what's nuts? And I think Kelly Keegs pointed this out, that like Priscilla is just still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you think of Elvis, you think so long ago. And you think that that's just such a different time, but like his family members and Priscilla, they're all still here.
How old would he be, Elvis? Like in his 80s?
Priscilla
70s?
is 77.
It's not even that old.
No.
If Elvis was still alive, he would be. Pardon me. Let me just do this math really quick because I want to be accurate and I can't do this in my head. He would be 87 years old.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean,
He was born January 8th, 1935.
Nono's still kicking.
Yeah.
So
It's not crazy. It's not like,
No.
it's not like, if
He would have been 107.
he'd be
yeah, it's
200.
Betty
like,
White's like 13 years older.
Yeah,
than him. I mean,
yeah.
wow. I'm just really excited because when I first saw the trailer, I was hesitant. And I really love Elvis. And I know that sounds so like when you're my age and somebody's like, I love Elvis. You're like,
Right.
yeah, okay. No, like I
Right.
really do love Elvis. And so I watched the trailer and I was like, obviously I didn't grow up in the era of Elvis to know what he was really like. But for some reason, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
But with all these reviews and a 10-minute standing ovation,
You didn't feel
Yeah.
the trailer? I thought the trailer was
I loved
awesome.
the trailer. I thought the trailer was great too.
high expectations
Yeah.
is a problem I have. I
Yeah.
know. But I'm really excited now. And then I did go back and watch the trailer again and I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
ready for this. I think that it's going to be amazing. I saw one really terrible review and I thought it was so funny because it reminded me of Entourage when the guy just hates Vince and just will write all bad reviews about him, and also the movie Chef where the chef just wants to tear him apart, and you read the review and you're like, every other word is a word destroying him.
Yeah.
And then every other review is raving about the movie and his family's raving about the movie. That's the telltale sign when the people closest to Elvis are like, this was so spot on to Elvis.
Yeah, because remember, what was the movie where the family hated it or something? Wasn't that like, was that Queen?
I mean,
or-
it normally happens. I feel
was
like it happens a lot.
It wasn't Elton John. Maybe it was Bohemian Rhapsody, but I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Elton John was different because Elton John is still alive.
Yeah.
So I think Elton John
Yeah,
had like a
he was
say.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the movie is long. It's a 2.5 hour movie, and apparently it keeps everybody's interest. But that's also like
Does
Baz
it
Luhrmann
span
is
his whole life, or is it just like one part of his life? I feel like it's his
no,
whole
it
life.
spans a lot. I'm pretty sure.
Now the girl from the Society, is she playing Priscilla?
Fuck yeah, she is.
She's having a great run. She's also in The Staircase on HBO.
Yeah, Olivia
I'm happy
Deschanel.
Oh,
for her.
really?
Yeah.
Which one is she in the
Dijon?
staircase?
I think
I don't know her name in it.
So as of right now, Elvis has an 86% Rotten Tomatoes.
This headline right here: critics praise Austin Butler, but can't quite figure out what the hell Tom Hanks is doing in Elvis.
I saw that one too. That made me laugh. Austin Butler looks great with black hair.
Yeah.
He was in a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, he was. He
Like,
played Tex.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small role, but
Yeah.
I feel like he looked very different in that. Like, I don't really recognize him now.
There's always like I'm just looking to see like some of the like people really the way like people write reviews, like people are so fucking mean. Like it's crazy that that's like just their job
I feel like
to
you
be like
have
an
to be-
asshole.
You have to be honest.
And a lot of the time, no, yes, but like sometimes the way it's written, it's like, all right, you like really, Like, did you have to? Did this guy from Vanity Fair have to throw in that Austin Butler has all these his devoted fans of the Carrie Diaries? Really?
Did you see the
You gotta be like petty like that.
The New York
That's
Post
us.
one where it says early reviews of Elvis claim it's deliriously awful.
Yeah, I mean, there's back, like I said, this Vanity Fair article written by this guy says the headline is Austin Butler is the only thing that works in Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. So clearly there are mixed reviews, but
compliment to Austin Butler.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's the only thing that works in the film, then that means he played a great Elvis.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pictures of him and Kaya Gerber. I thought they were really cute.
They were very cute. I think
it seems like they really like each other.
Very excited. And this is a big moment that they get to share together.
I'm fucking happy for Austin Butler.
Yeah.
This guy deserves it.
I saw like an article that made me kind of sad because it was like people are trying to. It's like, Austin Butler finally talks about his breakup with Vanessa Hudgens. He doesn't. It's just like, I think in the GQ interview he did, they just like alluded to or asked about the breakup, and he like didn't really. His answer was like, oh, life changes, and that's how life is. It doesn't, and that was like his answer. It's like, fine, that's great. But they also referenced back to like when he had first gotten this role, they were still together. And they're like, oh, Vanessa posted like.
Wait, when he got Elvis, he was still with Vanessa Hudgens?
Yeah.
When did they break up? It feels a lot longer. It feels
2 years ago?
Yeah, it probably takes that long.
2020? They broke up 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, so it actually wasn't that long ago that they broke up.
No.
Do you think she's kicking herself like I got him at the wrong time? Like now he's A-list all of a sudden.
She got Carrie Diaries, Austin Butler, and Kaya Gerber's getting Elvis, Austin Butler.
Yeah, like he's on like.
I can't believe he's
red carpet.
Elvis.
2 years later, yeah.
That's a dream role.
Harry Styles couldn't even get it.
I know, but I'm actually happy it was Austin Butler and not Harry Styles or Miles Teller.
I agree. I think this is
Miles
actually way
Teller-
more fitting.
I feel like Miles Teller could sound like Elvis,
But in reality, he's not
potentially,
actually singing.
but
Yeah. And obviously Harry Styles can sing, but I think like throwing him into the deep end of acting by giving him a role like this is a lot.
also then he would just be Harry Styles
No,
as
yeah,
Elvis.
like, I
You would see Harry Styles come out.
Yeah,
That's
in
what the
Elvis.
director probably thought. Like someone that famous.
Yeah.
Like, you're not thinking this is Elvis. You're just like, oh my god, it's Harry
Right.
Styles.
Yeah.
Austin Butler is a great choice.
Because he's like
Yeah.
not that well known.
Mm-hmm.
I am very excited for Olivia too, and everybody got too busy, can't go back to the society.
Right. But you know what? Big things for her.
Yeah, no, but those pictures were the Kaya and Austin pictures were very sweet. I think that she is like looks stunning at all these events that they're like, they're obviously not holding back on the public events, which is nice. Like she gets to.
Right.
Go
He's like,
to-
come along.
Yeah, we're going to
We're going to Cannes.
Cannes,
Cannes.
to the film festival.
You sound
That's a
like...
great Entourage episode.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say that.
So, yeah, and that's just. I forget there was something else that I wanted to say about him, but the movie comes out in a couple weeks.
I am
June
going to the
24th.
theaters as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The last time I went to a movie theater was for House of Gucci, and it was fucking awful. So I'm really excited for this one. Although long, I'm really
I was gonna
excited.
say you really aren't taking
What's
a
that?
break from the super long movie.
No, I'll be fine watching this one.
Yeah,
Have you heard
yeah.
about that
2.5
movie,
hours.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you
It's a great
saw
movie.
it? Was it good?
Mhm.
Because I was thinking about going to see that. In the movie
You
theater.
would love that movie.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
The also soundtrack, like the full track of artists that's going to be on this soundtrack is insane. Like you're going to get Eminem, Tame Impala, Stevie Nicks, Jack White, Jasmine Sullivan, Casey Musgraves, Doja Cat,
Gary Clark Jr. I saw.
yeah, CeeLo Green,
Where's Eminem coming to play?
Sway Lee,
Starts
and
rapping.
Diplo. I think Eminem is maybe with I think it might be with CeeLo Green I think that I saw.
I'm confused though. Like, is he writing for it? Like, what? He's not actually.
No, don't you remember what do you mean? Writing what?
Like, what is? How is he involved? Like in the music?
They're
Eminem.
they're probably all singing Elvis songs, or like this is not part. You know Baz Luhrmann when he did The Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
And that soundtrack was so fucking good.
Yes. Lana Del Rey.
Oh. Like that's
these
kind of
aren't
what
in the
this
movie.
is. No, they probably are. Or
I don't
some
know
of
if I
them.
like that.
Some of them.
Well, don't say you don't like it
What do
without
you
No, I'm
knowing.
saying I don't know if I like
What
that.
do you mean? There's music in all movies.
No, but like it should be like of the time, like real music. Like I'm confused.
No, it's like the music that plays when in the background. It's not like performing music. Like in Great Gatsby, it's like say you'll remember the Lana Del Rey song. Like it's not like
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of like how
it's
Eminem
like playing
could
in the
fit into
party
that.
or.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I want to look up that.
No, but like you're telling me you're not confused how a rapper would be like in a film that was supposed to be in the 1950s, like.
Okay, so how does Beyonce and Andre 3000 fit into The Great Gatsby, a movie that's
I think
also in a different time?
That fits a little more where this is like a bio. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that was such a good. Jay-Z, Fergie, A Little Party Never Killed Nobody. Like we listened to this album we came back from our freshman year of college, and like that summer it had just come out, and we played it all summer long, like all of it. Lana Del Rey, will.i.am, Crazy in Love. Like there's so many good ones on
It was a
this.
great album and a great movie.
Yeah.
I feel like The Great Gatsby didn't get
Love Is
talked about
Blindness.
enough, to be honest.
Jack White is
Tobey
also in this one.
Maguire.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire.
What do you think it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
Great Gatsby,
Yeah. I think it's
71.
I was gonna say low. Ooh.
Is it low? Oh, well, now don't say. So Rhea can guess. That reaction made me think it's low.
91.
48.
Wow. I wanted to go high just to be crazy.
However, 93% of Google users like the soundtrack.
See, that's like maybe the soundtrack is really good, but that doesn't always equate to the movie being good, you know?
No, that's very, very true.
No, but like
I
maybe
think
it even
this
has-
Elvis soundtrack looks like it's going to be
No, I
insane.
know, but maybe that plays a part in the movie not being good. Who knows? We'll see.
I don't know.
You're being negative before
You're-
you've
yeah,
even
No,
you're
seen
I'm
the
really
film.
excited for the movie, but then when you said Eminem
We're
was
doing
in
a-
it, I was like, what?
We're doing a full review of the movie
of all
after
the
it comes
it's
out.
also like of all the names that I threw out a lot of names, and you're hyper focused on Eminem.
Because that is so out of place. Like Gary Clark Jr., he's a guitar player. Makes
Eminem
sense.
won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
That was the weirdest. Remember that when he came out?
It's like Eminem and Seal. I mean, Doja Cat is on. Like,
Yeah, I think Doja Cat is out of place.
Yeah, that's definitely out of place too.
yeah.
Anyways, when the film comes out, we're all going to go see it. Not together, but we will. And then we'll do a review here.
Well, we'll need some time on our own to process.
Right. If you are looking for a new way to listen to stories that is not a podcast, but maybe something that will turn you on, turn to Dipsea. Dipsea is an audio app full of short, sexy stories designed to turn you on. Maybe you're laying in bed, you're in the mood, you turn on Dipsea, you listen to a story, it gets you going. That's what Dipsea is here for. Each Dipsea audio story features characters that feel like real life people and immersive scenarios, so you feel like you're right there in them. I feel like that's a great way to fall asleep, like I said, before bed or when you wake up in the morning, whichever way you prefer. Dipsea is there to put you in the scenarios, make you feel good for whatever mood that you are in. They release new content every week, so there's always more to explore, no matter who you are into or what turns you on. For listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/chicks. That's DIPSEAstories.com/chicks. Once again, you can get a 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/chicks. DIPSEAstories.com/chicks.
Big moment this week in the Depp vs. Heard trial. I know this is like, feels like it's been going on forever, but this is it. It's over, I think, now. And when you're listening today, I think Friday's the last day. Or no, maybe today's the last day, Thursday. I'm not sure. Anyway,
I'm
it's
not
coming.
sure.
Anyway, it's coming to an end. And on Wednesday, Kate Moss testified. It was short. It was via video. And it was like only a couple minutes, but basically just to testify that she was never pushed down the stairs by Johnny Depp. And it doesn't set up well for Amber because it is just a way. It's another way to be like, oh, in her testimony, she brought up the Kate Moss and the stairs rumor when it came to defending her sister against Johnny. I heard this with the stairs, and as soon as she brought it up and mentioned Kate Moss by name, that allowed her story also to be brought into evidence. So now then Kate Moss was able to testify. They do that all the time on Chicago PD, where they get them on the stand and then they get them to bring up something that they can use. So then Kate Moss was able to say this didn't happen.
It was crazy that Kate Moss was brought in because it's Kate Moss, just a name of that caliber. You're like, wow, taking the time out to join the stand and defend Johnny Depp. This whole thing needs to come to an end.
Yeah,
it really needs to come to an end. And I think that whatever you believe or whatever side you're on, and most people are on Johnny Depp's side, it's like people are real, and I'm not saying Amber Heard is in the right, but people are like going to extreme lengths to defend Johnny Depp and be like, he is so innocent. Johnny Depp, free Johnny Depp. And it's like, we did hear some bad things Johnny Depp did too. Yeah. Right? Like Johnny Depp did admit to saying some pretty terrible things about wanting to murder Amber Heard and fuck her dead corpse. Like, that's not great. No. So, Amber Heard, she may have done a lot of bad stuff.
Right.
Johnny Depp may have also done some bad things.
Right.
Because I
very much understand Johnny, though, wanting to make it clear, like, that the sexual abuse allegations is where, like, they draw the line of that.
Right.
Trying to defend himself against that.
Yes.
And it's like you can admit, like, I said some fucked up shit, but I didn't do that.
But I didn't do that. Yeah. So I do understand that part of it. And like I said, I'm not like, oh my God, I totally believe everything Amber Heard's saying, because I think
this is the most toxic relationship of all time.
I think there's a lot of lies. But I do think that there was some mutual abuse going on. Yeah. In maybe not physical, but mentally. Like, it was just crazy that people will defend somebody, an actor or actress, musician, whoever it is, to the extreme just because they're a fan of them, even after hearing bad things. It's like, well, those things Johnny Depp said aren't great. Yeah. So to be like, this is the best guy in the entire world, I don't know. I think it's all very confusing, and I think everyone knows how everyone feels about Amber Heard at this point, where it's like there's a lot of lies being told and people are catching her in the lies. Yeah.
It's when you're kind of bringing up a rumor or a story that you think is true to help make your case, when the woman herself comes on and says, she said that they dated between 1994 to 1998. There's might have been, some ups and downs in there. They were in Jamaica. She said, we were leaving the room and Johnny left the room before I did. There had been a rainstorm. As I left the room, I slid down the stairs and I hurt my back. I screamed because I didn't know what happened to me and I was in pain. He came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention. He never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs. And then she was not cross-examined by Amber Heard's team, which makes sense.
Right.
Like, she's obviously there for one reason, and there's no spin on that for Amber Heard's team.
No, and also for what are they going to do? Be like, are you sure that didn't happen? And then Kate Moss is just like, no, it didn't happen. Like, that was what it was a rumor. Amber Heard said it was a rumor, and turns out the rumor was false.
Yeah, and she used it in a way to defend her actions hitting him, right? So she said that there was this alleged altercation between Johnny and Amber's sister, and that the sister became, quote, in the line of fire trying to get Johnny to stop, which reminded her of a rumored incident, which is when she intervened. So she had said Whitney's back was to the staircase and Johnny swings at her. I don't hesitate. I don't wait. I just in my head instantly think of Kate Moss and stairs, and I swung at him. In all my in all of my relationships to date with Johnny, I hadn't landed a blow, and I, for the first time, hit him, like actually hit him square in the face. And then she added, he didn't push my sister down the stairs. And her sister had testified that Johnny had hit her and then repeatedly struck Amber. And like I said, Amber brought up the Kate Moss thing. She also brought that up in the defamation trial that they went through in 2020 when Johnny's team sued the son for calling him a wife beater. She had brought that up during that trial as well. So it was something that was often referenced to. Mm-hmm. And so you have Kate saying, that didn't happen. You have Amber's sister saying that this is what happened between us. Two separate incidents.
It seems like they can't keep their story straight on Amber Heard's side. Everything's all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think that this just needs to come to an end.
Yeah.
I think people are more focused on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial than more important things. It's actually crazy to see.
Yeah, so that wraps it up. It wraps up this week. So then I guess I'll go to the jury and we'll get a decision, which will be very interesting to see. Like, if the jury's just like, we can't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Like they went 5 weeks of doing all this, and they're just like
they aired out every single thing that's happened between them.
Every personal detail of their lives.
Just for the court to be like, I don't think we're not going to, it's like a defamation suit. So.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy. So but I guess if you're Johnny and Johnny's team, that doesn't even really matter at this point. Because you've done what you wanted to do, yes, and went over the public, where that could potentially benefit his career going forward. Because that's really, I guess that's really their goal. Because he's like, I don't get jobs anymore.
Why doesn't he just retire though? Like Johnny Depp has had a.
He's not that old.
No, I know, but
But that's what he loves to do.
Yeah,
he's an actor.
I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah. Did you see that clip of the one guy? They're talking about Willy Wonka. Like it was just so bizarre.
I didn't started licking his lips.
Yeah. Then they were like, "Have you seen Willy Wonka?" It was so bizarre. I don't even know how to describe it.
Like, I don't know. To answer these questions, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what was up with that guy. There's been some.
The TMZ guy made her look so dumb.
Yeah. There's been some seriously bizarre people who have taken the stand on this case.
Yeah.
Who are
I now know what
experts.
you're talking. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. No. So now we just gotta wait and see. Now I think it's over. If you're feeling overwhelmed with skincare, there's so many products out there. What do you need? What's gonna work for your skin? Well, you don't need to stress. This is what you need. You gotta go try out the Custom RX treatment from Roderm. It's personalized prescription skincare that's designed with dermatologists to help you reach your goals. So right now, new members will receive a 30-day trial of Custom RX treatment plus Roderm's hydrating cleanser and protecting SPF lotion for just $5 when you go to roderm.com/chicks. You guys have all heard of Roman. This stuff is coming from them. Roman is great, and they are going to help you take care of your skin the way that is best suited for you. The shipping is free, and you'll get unlimited follow-ups with your healthcare provider to support you throughout your skincare journey. If you are prescribed, you'll get your first month of the treatment plus Roderm's hydrating cleanser and protecting SPF lotion for just $5. So one more time, go to Roderm, that's RODERM.com/chicks to get your first month of Custom RX treatment plus Roderm's hydrating cleanser and protecting SPF lotion for $5.
We're going to get into our Q&A, which is about teen dramas. Spoiler alert, all over the place. So if you are planning on watching Gossip Girl, The OC, 90210, any of these
One Tree Hill, Friday Night Light. Like, if you don't want to hear how a lot of these things ended or big moments,
don't listen.
Yeah.
Because spoilers all over the place.
Yeah. But I'd be shocked if you guys haven't watched these shows.
And disappointed.
Yes.
All right, let's get into our Q&A segment. This one is a little different than the ones we've done in the past. We put up on our Instagram, we want to talk about teen dramas. We're very passionate about teen dramas. You know,
extremely.
Gossip Girl, OC, One Tree Hill,
I'm
90210.
rewatching the Vampire Diaries right now.
Beautiful.
Let me tell you something. I don't think I have not rewatched it in a while, and I'm going back and I'm just like, these guys are phenomenal actors.
Phenomenal actors, and
I'm like being so silly because it's like it's Vampire Diaries, but like it's so good.
Never seen it.
Also,
so good.
Damon is just next level.
Oh,
And I think he gets a lot of credit, but I still don't think it's enough.
I know. I mean, Paul Wesley's a lot better than I remember him too.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go through some of the
Fire
takes
them off
on here. Oh, love this take.
We asked for hot takes.
I am so on board with this one.
Ooh.
Like, I scream this from the mountaintops.
Okay.
The OC doesn't get enough credit. Seth Cohen is one of my favorite characters of all time. Rewatched it last year and it's still amazing.
Yeah.
The OC, out of all of these shows, for some reason, Gossip.
You don't think it gets enough credit?
I
feel
don't
like
think
it
so
does.
at all. No, I don't think so at all.
Huh.
The OC didn't jump onto my radar until my sister one day was like, have you ever heard of the OC? And I was like, not really. And then I watched it. I don't think it gets enough credit at all. Maybe
What was it
now.
on?
I think with the older people that watched it when it was on, it
Yeah.
does.
But
younger kids just don't know what it is.
for some reason, even though One Tree Hill, Gossip Girl, 90210,
yeah.
they're so amazing, the OC has a very special place in my heart.
By the way, maybe this is my hot take. Don't love 90210. I watched all of it like when it was on. I never missed an episode, but it's not one that I have gone back to rewatch ever.
My hot take is that I fucking loved 90210. The amount of times when it was on Netflix, that was my go-to like rewatch show.
I
loved it.
What was his name? Fuck, he was so cute.
Liam.
Love that guy. So cute.
So cute. The best.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to all these other shows,
because of
Shanae Grimes, Annalyn McCord,
Degrassi, I liked her on Degrassi.
You know what's weird? My 8th grade lookalike was Shanae Grimes. I look nothing like Shanae Grimes.
That's you get a lot of ones that I'll be like, ooh, I could kind of see it. I can't with that.
I've gotten Annalyn McCord a lot too. Weird.
That one I see
more than Shanae Grimes. Shanae Grimes made 0 sense.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I really did love 90210. Loved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this question I think is an easy answer.
Okay.
Who's worse, Chuck Bass or Nate Jacobs?
Nate Jacobs.
Nate Jacobs is not even close.
Yeah. I don't even really know why I thought about it. I almost kind of forgot who Nate Jacobs is.
Chuck Bass has everyone's heart.
Yeah.
Even though he was kind of a bad guy in some way.
Totally.
I'm rewatching Gossip Girl right now. Chuck Bass also is a romantic.
Chuck Bass had early days like Damon Salvatore vibes. Where you're like, oh, you're supposed to hate him. He's the bad guy. He's the killer. He kills all these people, but like you still love him anyway.
Right. I mean, Chuck Bass never killed anyone.
No.
I know what you mean. But then you end up
comparing to a vampire.
Yeah, but then you love him.
Yes.
So it's Nate Jacobs.
Yeah, and he had like also the Blair redemption at the end. Like things ended well.
It's
for
a
Chuck
beautiful
Bass.
love story.
I don't know if things are going to end well for Nate Jacobs.
I don't think so
feel
either.
like it.
I don't think Nate Jacobs and Cassie are going to be happily married.
No.
This is a take. I like I said, I've been rewatching Gossip Girl, so I wholeheartedly agree with this one.
And throw out some ones that you really don't like too.
I know. I'm just going down.
Yeah.
We all love Blake Lively, but Serena Vanderwoodson is a terrible character.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally. 100%.
She's so annoying.
100%. Yeah. I felt like that rewatching Gossip Girl as well.
Rewatching lately, I'm like, I'm like getting so aggravated.
Yeah.
Blair, so much better.
She just, at every turn, it makes the wrong choice. Which is fine. That's what they're supposed to do. But I understand that one.
Don't agree with this one.
Ooh, yes.
Serena should have ended up with Nate on Gossip Girl.
Ooh. I don't hate that one. And maybe just because Dan is such a little weasel that I'm like, that would have made sense. But
I don't know if Serena and Nate should have been together, but I do know damn well nobody should have ended up with Dan.
Yeah.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah. redemption. Yeah, for Gossip Girl to have a happy ending, I feel like that's not how it's supposed to end.
What the fuck is that about?
I still love that finale. That's one of my favorite finales.
Okay. Peyton on One Tree Hill was the worst.
Oh, I see this all the time. Yeah,
Disagree.
I disagree too. I always loved Peyton.
Me too.
I just felt like she was misunderstood, and she made some bad choices here or there. Like, but at the end of the day, that's why I also always loved that she did end up with Lucas, because all the like backstabbing that happened early on when it was around Lucas made it feel like, well, that all really did come down to them just being made for each other, and they just had to get through a lot to get there. And did Brooke deserve all that shit? No. But they did end up together.
I agree. I don't think Peyton was a terrible character.
Yeah.
I actually very much liked Peyton's character.
And I think maybe because when I was first watching, like everyone had like a little bit of an emo phase and stuff, so I just feel like you kind of related to her. Like I liked the music she was listening to, and her room and the leather and everything.
There had to be a character like her.
Someone had to be somewhat indecisive.
Right. What's the wildest moment in teen drama TV history, and why is it the dog eating Dan's almost heart in One Tree Hill? I think that One Tree Hill had by far the most wild plot lines in any TV show ever. Nanny Carrie.
Psycho Nanny.
Nate getting kidnapped.
Yeah, we really don't talk enough about Nate getting kidnapped, but those are like in the later seasons where people stopped watching, and those like final seasons where there was a full season, like multi-episode storyline of Nate being like held hostage.
Who's the guy I love? Why am I blanking on his name? And he's like he's like my favorite guy in One Tree Hill, but I can't remember his name right now. So it makes no sense.
No, Quinn and
why am I blanking? Oh my god, I'm getting upset.
I know.
Quinn, One Tree Hill.
Quinn and
Clay.
Duh.
Clay.
Right. That one actually. I think that one is it.
The most insane storyline that Clay forgot he had a kid. And the kid was the cutest kid of all time. And Clay
was the cutest kid of all time.
Just forgot that he had a fucking kid.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Yeah.
Insane storyline.
Vampire Diaries has some pretty wild ones, but that's like allowed because it's supernatural, you know?
Yeah.
Same with like Riverdale.
When you're throwing vampires into it, of course the storyline's going to be absurd.
Yeah, like Riverdale these last few seasons has gone off the rails where I have stopped watching, but like when they start to throw in the supernatural elements into shows, that's like everything can
Fair
go.
game.
You could literally do anything. You could go through a whole season and have all this shit happen and then end the season being like, now everyone's going to go back in time. and none of this actually happens.
Are you team Damon or team Salvatore?
You mean team Damon or team Stefan?
Yeah, why did I say I'm saying Damon Salvatore?
Damon Salvatore. So when I first watched Stefan, and I think this is also kind of where I went with like some other shows, but it's Damon for sure. I 100% fucking love Damon. And I also think the fact that when watching, like you remember that Ian Somerhalder and Nina Dobrev dated, and they were just such a good like inside teen drama couple. You know, everybody dates on these shows, and they were one of the best ones. Shaun White had a very funny TikTok or Instagram video recently where he said that somebody asked him if he's watched Vampire Diaries, and he was like, oh, Nina was just gone filming for a while, I couldn't see her, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch. And then like, you know, it started to get a little weird. Kind of like she's playing all these different characters, and it's like a lot.
They're cool because I follow Shaun White and I see like what they like seem like the coolest couple.
They
just are always traveling, like doing cool stuff.
Yeah. That golden retriever in that heart though.
Crazy.
Gets me every time. Just a rogue golden retriever in the hospital.
I was always Team Damon, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a test. What is the one thing you remember about Kyle XY?
Oh, didn't have a belly button.
Yep. So why didn't he have a belly button, and why was that the only thing anyone remembered?
He was an alien.
Sorry. The only thing anyone remembered about Kyle XY was that he didn't have a belly button.
There were some pretty wild Pretty Little Liars storylines as well.
I only watched Pretty Little Liars for a little bit.
I know, same. I never finished.
Oh, I'll say this, and
one
then,
that just went on for too long.
Why did we normalize Ezra and Arya's relationship when Arya was a literal child and Ezra was a teacher?
Yeah.
Like, that should have never been normalized. Definitely very weird.
Those storylines do get glorified sometimes a lot on these shows.
Brushed under the rug.
Everyone's like, oh.
I agree with this comment.
Outer Banks has some good ones.
Not a teen drama, but I'll never understand the hype between Jim and Pam.
Oh.
Same.
Oh, I'm on the opposite of that. I fucking love Jim and Pam. Love Jim and Pam. I don't know.
Didn't do it for me.
I'm looking at this article that's like a BuzzFeed, 40 most like the craziest teen drama moments, and they're not like the funny ones. They're like, oh, when someone shot someone, like the ones that are like, oh, like this is unrealistic.
Yeah.
Did you watch Degrassi?
Yes. Degrassi was the mold for these shows.
So fucking good. And one of these moments that's on here is when JT was stabbed on Degrassi. I cried like someone in my own family died when I watched that for the first time, and every other time after that. He's gonna have a baby.
I think that Degrassi. I said One Tree Hill. Degrassi beats One Tree Hill with crazy storylines.
Yeah,
because it also went on for One Tree Hill went on for a really long time, but so did Degrassi, and they had The Next Generation, and it kept going on, and they were
those early Degrassi seasons
were so good. But I also loved when Sinead Grimes came in and Nina Dobrev came in. And Dobrev was going to be a model. It was like all these different storylines. Loved Degrassi, and Degrassi is on HBO Max.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge.
That is a big announcement that I meant to tell everyone last week.
Oh my God. I'm going to go back and watch.
I am too. I meant to.
Like, Claire
watch
and
Degrassi, The Next Generation.
Claire and I would come home like on weekends in like middle school and high school, early high school. And she would sleep over my house, and like the Nick at Night or whatever channel it was, Teen Nick, whatever the hell it was, that would just play episodes of Degrassi like till 4 a.m.
Yes.
We would just stay up and watch every episode of Degrassi. And because it was also like the only way you could watch. Mm-hmm. So you knew that they were playing them in order. And it was like, well, I have to, like when you're watching for the first time and it's already out, but it's like it's Canadian TV. I'm like, this is how I'm watching. Like you got to stay up to date on it.
There was no other way.
Yeah.
And also on Sundays, they played it on that channel that would play, I think it was, this is a throwback, but if people know, channel 124, I think it was. It was like the extended version of Nickelodeon, which was channel 33. Yeah. And it had like, so it would play Zoe 101, that's a classified, all those reruns, but then they played Degrassi. 14 seasons on HBO Max.
That's amazing.
First episode, Emma, when she meets the guy online.
Yeah. Yep.
Must watch.
What, did you ever watch Skins?
No, I felt like I wasn't allowed to watch Skins, even though nobody ever told me that I couldn't.
That's fair. I definitely sneaky watched it. And I think I also only watched like the first, I want to say I watched maybe like the first couple seasons. And that's what started my initial Nicholas Hoult love. He was in Skins.
I always was interested in Skins, but I stopped myself from watching because I thought it would be inappropriate if I watched at the age.
That's fair.
It's not like anybody told me no. I was just like, this seems inappropriate.
I really liked the first few seasons. I have not watched the last ones, but I've watched like season 1 multiple times.
Which show or character did you relate to the most?
I don't think I ever related to any of them.
I feel the same way.
I don't think little bits and pieces, but it was just always so extravagant that you were like, my life, like it was so far-fetched for these things to happen in your own life in high school that it was like,
None of them.
They live their different species.
I'm going through all the characters in my head from each show, and there is not one where I ever felt like, oh, this is me.
No.
I wanted to maybe be some of them.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be Summer in the OC.
Yeah.
Or Annalyn McCord in 90210, her character, like, really rich. And
But it's like I love Elena, but like it's hard to, there's always, these characters also always have so much loss and so much like darkness, you know, like there's so many other factors, but I loved watching them.
A show we haven't brought up yet is Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
For a little bit of time,
you were
I was a big Tim Riggins guy.
Yeah.
Loved Tim Riggins.
Girl.
I was a big Tim Riggins girl. I really thought Tim Riggins was like the hottest character of all time.
Yeah.
I now bounce around because Friday Night Lights isn't really one of my favorite teen dramas. I never finished it, which to me means that it wasn't.
But like some of the shows
truly
go
my
on for
favorite.
so long, where it's like it could be really good for a few seasons and then it just
Yeah,
falls
but I've made sure that I watched all of them through. Like One Tree Hill's 9 seasons, and I watched every fucking season. Gossip Girl 6 seasons. The OC's 4 seasons. Friday Night Lights lost me at some point.
I've watched Friday Night Lights all the way through. I've done it many times too.
I think it's a great show.
Yeah.
And Tim Riggins is seriously
Minka Kelly.
They're like the hottest
Michael B.
people
Jordan's
ever.
in there,
Yeah,
right?
Michael. Some of the hottest people ever are in that show. Truly.
Yep.
But I don't have that big of an attachment to the show.
Yeah.
But Tim Riggins is up there as one of the hottest TV characters of all time.
Definitely.
Weirdly, a lot of comments about Boy Meets World. It's
Ooh.
I don't know if I would have considered that a teen drama, but I definitely loved Boy Meets World.
Sitcom.
Yeah.
Drama, comedy. You know what I did? This is actually like kind of nuts because I guess like there wasn't anywhere to watch Boy Meets World like 2012. I was going to college. And I had a laptop that still had like a disc drive that you could like actually put DVDs in and like watch it. When I left, or I don't know if I got it before I left. I definitely got it before I left and brought it with me. I got all the Boy Meets World seasons on DVD, box set, the whole thing. So I could bring it with me and watch on my laptop whenever I wanted to. It's just like one of those comfort shows.
It's a very comforting show.
Like I was like making a big change. I was like, I just want to watch Boy Meets World.
That is a very
and, like I can't
show.
watch it. And like I guess you probably could have bought them all on Amazon or something even at that time. But for some reason I really wanted the physical set. So I don't know what happened to those. I'm guessing my mom probably threw them out when we sold our house. But at one time I had the full Boy Meets World box set.
Maybe somebody will gift you a new one.
That's okay.
You don't want it? Not even
I feel
for the
like,
memories?
Yeah, I mean, if I had a way to play it, yeah, but, you know, how do you play a DVD these days?
You don't.
You just don't.
This is a really hard one for me, but I think it's going to be easy
Maybe,
for you.
Maybe that's
you related to
the
Topanga?
only person that I saw myself in, Topanga.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that kind of checks out.
Oh, true. I'm thinking, you know,
Topanga was
school.
a giant nerd.
Yep.
In a good way.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill. I think it's going to be easy for you.
And Topanga had a great glow up.
One Tree Hill, Gossip Girl, and the OC.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Mm-hmm.
Marry One Tree Hill. 100%. That's my number one. Fuck. That's hard. I guess fuck Gossip Girl and kill the OC. I don't want to do that, but like just for the time of Gossip Girl.
I'm going to have a controversial answer.
Okay.
I'm going to marry the OC.
Yeah.
Fuck One Tree Hill and kill Gossip Girl. The OC, weirdly, the first 3 seasons have a really special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Even though I think One Tree Hill is a better show all around.
Yeah.
I really, really loved the OC, the character. I really loved Seth and Ryan. And Summer. Did I love Marissa? No. Not really.
That's fair.
She was such a lovable, hateable character.
Yeah.
Like, you loved her and you wanted to root for her, but she was always doing something wrong to herself.
Yeah.
I think we need to dive into this a little bit more.
Okay.
The fact that Dan was Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
I don't care how he justifies. He literally hurt everyone he so-called loved.
Yeah. Everybody.
He
His
hurt
sister.
every person.
If you really think back to that Jenny.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put a spoiler before there.
If you really think back to the Jenny storyline and like what went down with her, I mean, he like ruined his sister's life.
He did. He ruined his sister's life off, and she got kicked off the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
He scared Jenny off the show.
The big Pretty Little Liars reveal when it finally came down to it was another one that was like, oh, I don't love this.
I love this take.
Oh. You're pointing at your phone.
I love this take.
You have to put your phone down for
I love
one.
this take.
Okay.
Lucas was a self-righteous douche who could do no wrong and thought he had a moral high ground over everyone else, but he could do whatever he wants. Total narc. Agreed. I was a big Nate girl.
Yeah.
Lucas did think he was better than everyone else because he was a poet.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
I'm better than all of you.
Maybe that's my toxic trait.
Is that you love Lucas? I mean, there are Lucas lovers out there.
I still loved Lucas. I mean, now it's been Nate, but yeah.
Nathan and Haley's relationship.
Pretty crazy. That's like, as far as, just crazy things that have happened on teen dramas.
This one's about Twilight.
Okay.
Jacob gaslights the shit out of Bella the whole series and then kisses her without consent, and then is a little bitch baby who ultimately wins him a kiss from Bella, who never liked him in the first place.
Yeah, not wrong. And maybe that's another. I have a problem because I love Jacob.
I was Team Jacob.
Yeah.
And now later in life, I'm Team Edward.
Yeah.
Because
it switches when you realize like what you, and also like it switches when you care more about the actual, when you watch and you think about the actual character instead of just like what they looked like. Like when you first watched, it was just the shallowness of, I liked Taylor Lautner more than Robert Pattinson. That was it. Like and that was really the driving factor of why I liked him better.
Big Taylor Lautner girl.
Yeah.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden I see Taylor Lautner as this hot wolf.
I had a Jacob cardboard cutout.
Did you?
I sent you guys that picture.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
All right, let's get one more take off.
Okay.
A lot of people agree with each other. There's like a lot of repeating sentiments here. A lot of people hate Lucas from One Tree Hill. People think the OC is underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of people are disgusted that Dan was Gossip Girl.
Yep.
Let's see.
Who did you think Gossip Girl was when you watched it in real time?
I didn't even think twice about it. I didn't even try to guess who.
Yeah.
Did you think it would be ever revealed?
No, it didn't matter to me.
It didn't matter. It didn't really matter to me either. I would have been fine if I never found out.
Somebody wrote that. We should have never found out who Gossip Girl was. Maybe years later, I would have been like, who the fuck was Gossip Girl? But watching it, I did not think at all who's Gossip Girl.
Like, if all their storylines wrapped up in a way that like felt like a complete story and all of them were like, wow, I guess we'll never know, or like maybe got, and then that was it, I would have been fine with that, I think.
Have you watched the new one?
No, and I don't plan on it. Who's the best TV dad?
Shit.
Sandy Cohen.
Yeah.
Sandy Cohen was a great dad.
Well, how far, like, what are we dipping into here? TV dads?
I think
teen drama TV dads?
Teen drama TV dads. Maybe you want to dip into, Boy Meets World, those kinds of shows.
Yeah, I mean, like, we can't be going into, like, sitcoms because you got
Full
House.
Phil Dunphy.
Right.
Yeah, Modern Family. Yeah.
Teen drama TV dads.
Somebody
said
a lot of them don't have dads.
Would you rather have Cyrus from Gossip Girl or Sandy Cohen as your dad?
Sandy.
Sandy seems more in the know.
Yeah. Why can't I, like, remember any... Oh... No, actually, no.
Coach Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. like, but also like wasn't amazing.
Yeah,
like,
he actually wasn't.
For some reason, I was just thinking like Peyton's dad. Peyton's dad didn't even live with her.
Mm-hmm.
He was not good. Dan, bad dad.
Dan Scott.
Girl, there wasn't really any good like.
Dan Scott was maybe the most evil character of all time at one point.
Oh, I guess could you maybe argue what's his face? Dan and Jenny's dad,
Rufus.
Yeah.
You could make a case for Rufus.
was a decent dad. He tried.
Rufus tried his best.
Yeah. Archie's dad in Riverdale. He's a good dad.
I'm going Sandy Cohen.
Yeah,
number one
pick.
dad.
That's a good pick. We have an awesome interview with Dixie D'Amelio coming up. But first, guys, it's a crazy time of year. Memorial Day weekend is here. There's a lot going on. Weddings, graduations, sports. We are busier than ever. So we need to take a second for yourself. Let me set the picture for you guys. You know where I'll be, but I hope some of you are on the beach. And if you are this weekend and it's Saturday and you got a nice cooler next to you, make sure you're locked and loaded with some Coors Light, that you got all the ice in there so that when you take that can or that bottle out, you see those blue mountains and you know you're about to have a crisp, delicious Coors Light. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. I know I can't wait to be drinking my Coors Light this summer. And my favorite time of the week, Friday, end of the day, you just have a nice Coors Light out of the fridge. So get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. That's CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly. This is coming from the Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely Dixie D'Amelio. There you go. She's looking right in the camera. She knows where to look. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been wanting to have you on the podcast for a while,
excited.
so we're very excited to have you here in person.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Welcome back to New York. I'm sad your mom is not with you.
I know, she was like, tell them I said hi.
Yeah,
I was really expecting her to be here.
She's been on our show, and we did that over Zoom because that was kind of like really lockdown time.
Yeah.
And I think she was like in her closet or something. It just like looked amazing. But we were like obsessed with her. She just seemed so cool. And she was like, I gotta tell the girls to do the show. We're like, yeah.
Do you remember, you might not, when you came here for the first time and we made a TikTok together, and it was so incredibly uncomfortable because they were like, teach them how to dance. And you guys were trying to teach us to dance, but you could tell that like, it was like,
I don't know how to dance.
Yeah, it was like we weren't picking it up, and you guys were like, you already knew it, so you were like, oh, let's just do it. And I still to this day look at the TikTok, I'm like, this was one of the most awkward things we've ever done, but it's so funny to look back on. And you've done so much since the beginning of starting TikTok. I mean, you have a new song out now called Wild. You have an album coming in June. You did the reality show. You've done your YouTube podcast. What has been your favorite thing that you have done in the past few years now? Because you've done it all.
I feel like music is definitely number one, and then very close to is like all the stuff I've done with modeling. I just think it's fun and never feels like work, really. Yeah. It's just everything that goes into it is always fun. I don't know. Everything else, like, you could tell it's kind of work and long days, but photo shoots don't really get tiring, and like music is really fun.
The new song is called Wild, and I love it. I listen to it. I think it's very like summer song, like pop vibes, different than the other stuff you put out. Did you want to kind of get a little bit happier?
Yes. So that's kind of the reason we put that song out first. Was I think I like started working with two new people who are just extremely talented, and we wanted to develop me more as an artist, and I felt like that song did it the most because like the production was insane, like everything was really cool, but the other songs are a little more personal. I don't think there's anything really sad.
That's
not really.
I mean,
but
I feel like music
like really
reflects the artist, so if that's the song, the music you're putting out, then I feel like that means life is good.
It's a little toxic, but it is not as sad.
Yeah.
And better. It's like everything is just so much better, and like I kind of want to delete everything that I already did and start fresh, but I know it's like a journey and whatever.
Yeah. Now, you have always been into music, right? Like you've sang your whole life, and I feel like, was it when you got this major platform that you were like, all right, now I could take advantage of this and do the things that I've always wanted to do in my life? Or did somebody approach you and was like, you should do music?
Well, my manager had like a studio in his house and was like, you should come and record, because he like saw a video of me singing, and I was like, no, I'm a very shy person, and especially with music, I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. And then I did it, and it was like very scary. Like, it took me like 4 days to record a song, where like it takes usually like 2 hours, but I was just so shy and just like not that I didn't want to do it, I just was like so uncomfortable. And then after I released Be Happy, and then like actually did well, I was like, okay. And then I signed to a label and started doing more, and now it's just really fun. I love going into the studio. It's so relaxing. I can get a song done in like an hour if I really need to, and just like the whole process of writing is really fun, because I can have like the best day ever and write about it, or like, I hate this person, I'm gonna write everything about it and just get all my feelings out so I can move on, and the song like could possibly never be released, but I just like that
better than like tweeting it all out there.
It's like, it's really fun just to have for myself and like listen to it and like, oh, okay, I have those feelings out, and I don't need to like do anything that would hurt me for that.
I see you on Twitter all the time, like, go back and forth. Like, you'll have one tweet, and then the tweet right after it, like, completely contradicts the tweet before. It's like, are you sitting there, like, just basically reading everything that's coming in on Twitter, and it just makes you go crazy?
I just think it's so weird how people see like what I'm saying. So I'm like, good morning, slut.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can say that. And people like see that. And I also just try to be not, I don't know, I just want to be as much as myself as I can, and also not anything, because I feel like people are in the position sometimes where they're super PG and have a kid audience, and then they like are caught saying a curse word, and it's like the biggest thing. So I never wanted to be like that, and I want the people who follow me to get my humor and like understand I'm very sarcastic. Like, I don't want anything to ever be serious, because it's all like, it's the internet, like, that's
and you
so
curse
funny.
like it's
a
not
little.
yeah. I even curse a little. No, but you're right though. It's like sometimes it's like, oh my god, like the Miranda Cosgrove clip went crazy because it was like crazy that she even said something.
I wasn't
like
even
that.
thinking, but that exact situation, I never want that to happen.
Right.
And like, or just, I'm not always like, oh my god, thank you so, like, so sweet. Like, if you meet me and like I know you're a fan of me or whatever, and like you know my personality, like I can joke around with you and it'll be normal. Like, I don't want it to be so, I don't know, I just think that's so cool. Like, I feel Billie Eilish does that as well, or like people like her can just go up and people know her personality, and I love that. And I never wanted to be like, oh, she was rude. I'm like, no, I just like, I'm joking. Like, I love you. I'll do whatever. I don't care.
And then everybody knows that that's your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Has it been hard to kind of like expand social life stuff in LA, knowing like, I just feel like sarcasm gets lost a lot in LA. I feel like
you're
it's
from the East Coast.
Yeah, like it's such a New York East Coast. Like, I'm New Jersey, she's New York. Like, I feel like we understand the sarcasm, and sometimes when we go to LA, it just goes whoosh,
and we'll
over people's
like
heads.
say jokes, and people will be like, oh, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, that was shocking. Like, I don't know. It just feels like different sense of humors.
I think it's here and there. I feel like that's the reason like I do really well in business sometimes. Like, if someone who gets me and like they're like, oh, no one's ever talked to me like that before, but then there's also the people who's like, don't talk to me like that, and I'm like, okay, then I don't know if we're gonna work well together. But like my whole music team, I'm working with like some people who are legends, and I can totally be myself, and it just feels so great that it's not like weird and I have to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like, and because we have that connection where we respect each other and also like be normal with each other, which I really like.
Yeah. And people respect that so much more if they're a real person as well, when you're yourself, because you can pinpoint immediately when somebody's like being very fake, and you know behind closed doors, like that's not really their personality, versus like you yourself, it's very obvious that you're being yourself.
Yeah.
And you said that you're very shy, right? And I think that makes sense. And sometimes when people have a really big following or whatever it is, actors, actresses, and they say that they're really shy, and people are like, there's no way that they can be shy. They're in front of a camera. What would you say to people like that? Because I feel like there's like this narrative that
How
people are not allowed to be shy if you have millions of followers.
I don't know. I feel like also I think my shyness is a little selective. And like if I know like I need to put it on, I won't be as shy and closed off. But sometimes I'm like, I'm very uncomfortable, or if like I know half of the people or a little bit, like when I walk into a room, it's mostly people my age I'm the most shy about. And like if I meet someone who like asks for a picture and they're my age, I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like I'm always so timid about
Why
that.
do you think that is?
I'm like, oh, are they making fun of me? Or but also it sucks because when I meet like cool people who I feel like possibly could be making fun of me, I was like, oh, we'd probably be such good friends, like if you didn't have this kind of idea of me from the internet.
Yeah and we got to see like a much deeper look into your life from the Hulu show. And you guys shared a lot. Was that terrifying? Like, did you want to do that show?
I definitely wanted to do the show. I did not think I was going to have a breakdown on camera. That was kind of like random that happened. The cameras were on and I came to my parents' house and I was already crying and they're like, can we film? I was like, whatever. But I think the worst part of doing that is when people come up to me and are like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, that was sucked, like seeing you cry. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's so embarrassing. But I think it did help people. I have gotten that, which I really appreciate. And like, that's just kind of makes me feel better that I put that out there. But I definitely don't ever want to cry online
like
again.
That. It is very real though, right? Like if people are going to watch a show about your life, it's not just rainbows and butterflies all the time. Like people have their moments, they break down, they cry. You mentioned your parents, and you guys are a very, very close family, which I think is really cool. And I think that people love to see that. And maybe if they don't exactly have that in their lives, and they can like see it through you guys. But what is it like always working with your parents? Because there has to be some aspect of it where it's like you're growing up on camera in front of millions of people, and your parents are also there a lot of the times as well.
I love hanging out with my parents. I feel like we go back and forth, like, of us annoying them. Like, we really... My sister and I love hanging out with my parents, and they're like really cool and just like
they seem
fun.
very
like
cool.
They don't make things weird. My dad is like really smart, so when we're going to a business thing, like I know he's never going to embarrass me or anything. He's going to protect me, but he's also not in charge. Like they're not my managers. At the end of the day, they're still my parents, and like off camera, we still hang out together. Like I live right next to my parents. We hang out all the time. I think the only thing that we ever get in like arguments about, I hate taking pictures. My mom loves taking pictures. So she's like,
I love her Instagram.
That's a classic mom.
That's
a classic mom
she's
argument.
like, before we go, let's take a picture. And that's like the only thing. She's like, oh, just take the picture. Yeah, whatever. But
yeah, you guys seem so close, and it's awesome to hear like people your age. And I mean, I even love hanging out with my parents too, but it's such a strange thing sometimes that people just are like, how could you love hanging out with your parents? But when your parents are so cool like yours, it makes sense. And you guys go on these vacations together. And where were you guys recently?
We just went to the Bahamas. But I got so many people like, when are they ever going to go on vacation without their parents? Like, my dad gets the nice room. Everything's set up. He pays for dinner. I'm like, why would I not go on vacation with my parents?
That's a big Fran move.
I'm 27 years old, and I am booked for this summer for my family vacation with my siblings and my parents.
It's just so fun. And like,
yes, it is.
I feel like if I went on vacation with my friends, it'd be so unorganized and something bad would happen. Like, it's so nice having my parents there.
And also,
you know, picking the good restaurants. Like,
and you know that you can have time away from them because they also want their time alone too. Like they don't want to be with you guys 24/7.
They're like, okay, I think we're gonna go on vacation. We're like, without us, that's not happening.
It's rude.
Yeah, I think it is fun too. Like as you get older, people like now my family, we bring all of our significant others. Like that is fun. You can have like good time to hang out and relax and like do your own thing and be able to enjoy your own time. And like the dynamic you guys have on the show, I feel like seems so authentic to who you really are, which is really cool because you sometimes, you know, you get these I guess what would you consider? That was like a docu-series.
Yeah,
right?
I think
like
that's the term.
Yeah. And
post 2
are you
years.
guys gonna keep doing it?
So we just finished season 2.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, cool.
I'm down to do another season. I
Yeah.
love doing it. But it's just really cool because it does take me out of the box of like a TikToker a little bit, but also people get to, I don't have to post everything because it's on the show. So like I don't have to be like, hey, in the studio today, I promise like I'm working.
Right.
You can actually see it like on the show.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
How do you think TikTok has changed since when you guys first started to now? And I mean, we all have seen how much it has changed, but what do you think the biggest difference is? And are you more hesitant now to post stuff on there?
I feel like what's changed is the amount of people who have followers, like a big amount of followers. So it's very hard to like connect because there's so many people with so many followers and there's so many influencers. Like it's very oversaturated. So I feel like that sometimes makes it difficult to like who's going to be my audience, because there's no like it person at the time. Where like when we were first starting, there was a new person every week or a couple of weeks who was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I think the last person who was kind of like that was like Vinny Hacker, and then after that everyone started growing together.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm not scared to post. I just never know what to post, and I'm like, I have so many TikTok drafts, and I'm I should post this, and I'm like, people won't get it. But I've been getting a lot more comfortable. I'll just post like what I want.
Yeah.
Right,
But my
'cause I
friends
feel
only
like
is
the
so much
content has
better.
changed.
And I think that, I mean, you know, you're not going to totally listen to us, but just from a viewer standpoint, it's like people want to see those drafts that you may think that you're afraid to post, or that we don't want to see, or that your fans don't want to see. It's like they definitely do. And as soon as you post them, they're going to be like, oh, this is what we want to see. So but I get when you have that huge following and you're under a microscope, you're just like, what should I, like, what's my audience now? Like, which avenue do I go down?
And I also do think a lot of like my digital footprint and like my brand at the same time, because I have things I know they're funny, but I'm like, oh, do I really want to like joke that I got a BBL or something? And like something like that. I don't know. So I just try to, or I'll just post weird videos, and I'm like, this would do so well, but like as an overall for my brand, I'm gonna like save that for my friends and kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. TikTok has gotten weirder, I would say. Like people feel more
free. People are very comfortable
to like get
on
weird on TikTok.
Sometimes I'm like, why are you sharing that? But also you're making me feel really normal that you're sharing that.
Yeah.
But I also think that you should keep some stuff for your friends, because you need to have some sort of balance.
Like
there.
I don't need everyone knowing something. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is great. Like I'm glad I'm not alone in this. But I'm like, I would never put this on the internet.
Right.
But
You need some privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You have really now dabbled in all corners, it feels like, of like performing and like reality TV and fashion, your own clothing line. Like all of those things are so cool. How involved are you in the creative process for all the clothes?
Very involved in everything. But I mean, I kind of talked about this before, but like I am doing a lot of stuff and I am very involved in everything, but at the same time, like if I'm having a conversation about the clothing line, that's the only thing on my mind. And I kind of not forget about it, but put it aside to focus on something else, because I would never be able to do this if I had to like think about everything all at the same time. So people ask me and I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what's coming next, or when did you do this? I'm like, I have no clue. It all happened. I got done. I know I did it at some point, but it's a lot.
It's all a blur. And you said that music is probably what excites you the most. Is there something that you haven't gotten your hands on that you would like to do?
I've not done a music festival, or like my own show. I did one, but I feel like I want to do something more put together. But I feel like a music festival is going to be the craziest thing. I'm so nervous.
What's like the dream music festival?
I feel like Gov Ball would be really fun, because I went to Gov Ball.
Yeah, that's perfect
really
for you.
Cool. Yeah.
And I feel like it's the perfect audience. It's all the middle school and like freshman girls like coming on the train to New York.
Exactly. I was like,
me.
that should definitely be on the 2023 like vision board.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
would
that
love
would
to
be,
do that.
That would be perfect. And you're going to be touring, right? Like with Big Time Rush.
Next month.
What was that like,
Amazing.
finding that out?
Like,
Because
Time
was
Rush.
Big Time Rush big for you? Because it was big for me.
No, I'm like obsessed with them.
Yeah.
And I'm very shy around them, and I'm so excited for the tour. Like I don't know what to expect because I did Jingle Ball and that was very like
Knew I was going to do that.
It's gonna happen
At least
eventually.
once.
it was very produced, and that not like a bad thing, but it's a corporate kind of music festival.
And they
thing.
feel like it's recorded, it airs on
Yeah.
like TV and stuff, right? Like
Where I feel like this, I'll be able to chill more and be myself and like not get fined if I say a curse word. I don't think so. I feel like it's gonna be really cool.
Do you have like a tour regimen in mind of like how you're gonna get through these shows, or you're just?
I feel like I don't know. I have a lot of like trust that I'll be fine, but everyone's like, you're gonna get sick. I'm like, no, I won't. I don't know. Probably.
Got to take vitamins or something. I don't know.
IVs.
yeah.
Every once in a while, I think will be important.
Yeah.
One late night and I lose my voice, so I don't know. That would be tough.
Yeah, a lot of shows.
Yeah.
We did a live podcast tour, and that was only 2 weeks long. We only did 5 shows, and we were by the end of it like, we don't know how anyone does this. So
But also, it's in the summer, and I feel like that'll be easier. Like at least it's nice out. Like I think if it was in the winter, it'd be. I don't know. I feel like I'll be fine, but everyone says like you won't. So I guess we'll see.
it'll be a
It'll
lot
be
of
so
fun,
fun.
and you're just gonna be in the moment, and it's gonna be awesome.
You get to travel, go to all these different places. I mean, I feel like you've gotten to really travel around the world to a lot of really cool places. Do you have any favorites?
I went to London recently, and that was like the most fun I've ever had on a trip. It was just like, it was for Burberry, and it was like with a bunch of people that I really liked, and it felt like summer camp kind of.
yeah.
I mean, obviously we were there like to go to a show, but like just the nights we'd go to dinner, and it was so much fun. I've go to a lot of the same places over and over again. That was like the only place that was different, but I like traveling.
Now that you're back in New York, do you go back to Connecticut? Do you miss it at all? Like, are you ever in LA thinking, maybe I should spend some time on the East Coast for a little bit?
I miss it so much. Like I really miss it. But we just got a condo in my hometown.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully after tour I could come back for a little bit, because all my friends are still here.
Yeah.
Like I'm sleeping at my best friend's house in Connecticut tonight. I'm like, then we're going to LA together tomorrow. But I wish
That
I
has
had
to be
more
so
time.
fun.
I'm glad like she's done with school now. It's summer, so
Yeah.
I get to hang out with her. But all my friends are home and I didn't get to see them. So next time.
Do you ever get like, because I know your friends are all in that college age range, like do you see what they're doing and do you ever, I mean, you're like obviously like I'm not saying you're blessed and like how lucky you are to have these opportunities, but do you ever like see your friends out in college and be like, that I wish I kind of got to do that?
Yeah, I think like I'm very grateful for everything I do, and I know it's insane, but I do have FOMO. I'm like, oh, I would have so much fun, but I also don't think I would have like, I think I would have gotten distracted by like partying in college.
You
so.
wouldn't like the school aspect. You just want to go to the parties.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah.
So I might next year I want to visit like all my friends and do like my own college store.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go with 3.
Yeah. The best way to do it is to just visit your friends and get to experience the parties and not actually have to go to school.
Just for a weekend.
I did that towards the end when I stopped going.
That's definitely the way to go.
But I definitely
You don't
do
want
want to go back to school at some point. Like, I just feel it'd be really fun if I ever like once things settle down a little bit. I would love to just like take some classes. I miss school. I feel like I would have done so much better because I've learned like so much about business in the past 2 years. Like I think I would be much better now than 2 years ago.
And you like learn to appreciate it more. Like sometimes when I look back on school, like I didn't finish, I dropped out of college, but I look back and I'm like, if I just would have put a little bit more effort in. Like I feel like when you get a little bit older and you look back, you're like, if I just would have tried a little bit more. Yes.
In high school, like why was I so annoying? Like just do what you need to do.
Right. Like do your homework. Like it's not that hard. Yeah.
I definitely have a lot of regret. Like looking back on high school, I was like, it was so much fun. Like I wish I just like did what I had to do. Like it wasn't like just study and do your homework and like I don't know why I made it such a big deal.
Yep.
But
you always look back and want to make changes. I feel like that's just how life is. And I mean, the growth that you guys have had, and how much social media has become such a major factor. Like now, what was your thought process posting an Instagram or TikTok like at 18 versus now at 20?
I was probably more worried with like how many likes and what people are going to say. I mean, 18 was kind of like the middle of when this all happened. So I was like, oh my God, is this good? Like, ask my friends. Where now I literally post like whatever I want. I do have like some things, like I wanted my Instagram to look pretty, but I was just like, this is so boring. Like, I just want to post what I want.
Yeah.
Do you still check the likes, or do you just post?
I don't have likes on my Instagram.
You shut it off.
They took it away. They never gave it back.
So I have like a spam Instagram that I check sometimes on there if like I want to see, but I can't see anyone's likes, and I have for like 3 years.
Yeah,
I tried. I asked Instagram. They're like, no. Like,
honestly, it's better that way.
Yeah.
No, I think it is. It is fun because I do feel like, especially when you do the pick collages and things like that, you get to see like your personality. Like you're posting pictures of you with like the man filter face, and like those are like very funny. Yeah. It's unique to you too, I think. And I feel like Instagram's so hard to show your personality sometimes. So I just like do a little random thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you now like when it comes to sharing private life stuff, do you want to share it or do you not want to share it?
I've realized it's kind of easy not to.
Yeah.
I don't post with anyone besides my sister, and I'm like, we're roommates, so
yeah.
Like we post when we do, but it's never like, oh my gosh, let's do this. And then if it's like something that happens to come together, I'll post. But like when I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm not on my phone, I'm not thinking about social media. And I feel like that's why like all the connections I have with people are very strong, because we never like, oh, this would go so viral, or like do something like that. It's
let's do this TikTok, I got an idea.
Yeah. That's smart. And it's honestly good to surround yourself with people like that are in the same business as you and know what you're going through, and when it's time to do the job, you do it, but also you need to have the separation of like, we're not thinking about like likes 24/7 and posting stories and like, look at what we're doing. It's just like enjoying your time off of there. Because there are a lot of people, I feel like, just like, we've been out in LA and we've seen like people, TikTokers, and we're like, all they're doing is filming everything. And
also it's so unsafe. Like people are posting their location
everywhere all the time.
That's another thing where I'm like, are they not afraid that people are gonna like just show up? Because there are some crazy people out there that will.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, or I'll save something and post it like later. But I just take pictures for memories. I have like so many pictures, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't need to be shared, and you get to do like the fashion aspect is really cool, because I do feel like that is something where you really thrive. Like I just get like, you give off very high fashion, like Kendall Jenner vibes, and the V magazine cover that you guys did, your mom, your sister, so cool.
Very, very
How
cool.
fun was that?
It was fun. I'm like trying to remember what that day was like.
When did you do it? Do you remember?
Like, I think it was like
months ago. Okay, not
ago.
crazy.
But I feel like shoots with my family is really fun, but I definitely am more comfortable modeling when I'm on my own.
Yeah.
But I love doing that because my mom was a model, and like she kind of taught me a lot of stuff, because when I was growing up, I would come to the city like as much as I can for any modeling job. Like I would get on the train by myself. I would do like get my makeup done and take like test shots for like a makeup company or anything like for makeup, like not even money or anything. And I just love doing that, and I knew I really enjoyed modeling. I just like was short and like did a modeling camp, and they're like, yeah, you just need to like work on it some more. So I did do that a lot, but I was just like never thought I would be able to do anything more with it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, now you're on the cover of magazines all the time.
That's weird. It's weird. Like I did something with Valentino, and I did a campaign, and it was like in the store, and it's just so odd to me.
These high
it's
fashion
like very
brands,
like that's what I'm saying. It's the designer brands that I feel like you and your sister are so involved in now, which is so cool.
Yeah, you did the Louis Vuitton campaign, right? Was that?
I think
Phoenix-
that was Charlie.
Oh yeah.
I did Burberry and
Yeah.
Burberry.
Valentino are like the main two that I work with, but it's just been so cool and everyone's so nice. Everyone like that I've met, I've been very lucky to be around very kind people who also take like my opinion into consideration, which is cool. So I've
Yeah.
never been like,
And it's cool to hear just because I feel like when people think of like the high fashion modeling world, it's gotten like a bad reputation from years past. But just to hear that, like,
but I definitely feel I'm lucky that I'm not with an agency, so I just kind of do more social stuff. I definitely want to get more into it, but I know that's a lot harder and different, and that's kind of where the tricky stuff happens. So I don't know if I don't know. I'm trying to decide whether I want to get into it or not, but I'm happy where I am. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
it's all very exciting. And your
So
album
exciting.
comes out in June. Nervous, excited.
I'm excited.
All of it.
I think it's gonna be I don't know. I literally don't know.
One word to describe it.
I feel like there's not. I think what we kind of did was like all the songs are obviously stories, but nothing about what's going on in my life right now, which I think is nice. And it's not about any drama or anything. So like nothing's going to come out like, oh my gosh, is this about Noah Beck or like whatever. It's just like stuff that I like or stuff that I am interested in, or I'm like, let's make something so toxic and so whatever, and just like get all those emotions out there. And like it doesn't even have to do with like anything specific, but I did have like 18 years of my life before I did social media, so I did have other life experiences. But I think I'm excited to see the reaction. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I think it's going to be different, better reaction from what I've been getting.
I mean, you're like you said, you're working with some massive names, people that have produced BTS songs, and like what's catchier than Butter? It's like the catchiest song of all time. So I feel like, and I felt like when I listened to Wild, I was like, ooh, this is really catchy. Like people are gonna be like, it's gonna be all over TikTok. People are gonna be hyped about it, and everyone can listen. When you're listening to this now, you'll be able to stream the new song, listen to it, get ready for Dixie on tour, because you can get tickets to go see her on and Big Time Rush. Are you nervous?
I'm nervous but excited. I feel like it's gonna be really good and really fun. Like my second show's in Bridgeport, Connecticut, so I'm like having
that's
my
awesome.
friends
Homecoming. Yeah.
and then there's like a lot of big shows. I don't know what it's gonna
You're
be
back
like.
at MSG, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So fun.
Very cool. Congratulations on everything, and I think everyone is very excited.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming in, Dixie.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Reminder, we will not have an episode on Monday for Memorial Day, and we have new merch on sale now. These sweatshirts are my absolute favorite. They're so comfortable. Make sure you buy them. The link is in the description to buy. Subscribe on YouTube, and we will talk to you guys on Wednesday.